Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the Final Fantasy Reactions video, and this is the Brea video that I promised. So I can't talk about her from an EX3 perspective because I didn't get that lucky, but I do have an EX2 Brea here. So her base form is really going to be only used for like the setup for Clash of Wills, the typical setup for Clash of Wills where you just want to get a bunch of morale, and we have that set up for us. So we have Pure Lotus, we have Fluster Stone Seeker, whatever you have to use for this, you would use this. If you don't have Stone Seeker, well, you'll be able to get it in a few months anyways because the FMA collab is coming back and you'll be able to pull for the 5 stars. So you will eventually be able to get this. It may be out of date. I mean, I think that people still use this, but Pure Lotus you can get anytime. And then you have 2 spots for whatever else you'd like to put in there. Could be anything, and I just have the Envious headband for some MP refresh because she will be using quite a bit of MP if you want her to be supporting, and she does have a lot of supporting stuff in this this kit here. So she can be a damage dealer, but I just prefer to have her be set up for the turtle turns where you're just not doing any damage. I think that's just better. And then the Brave Shift form, of course, we're going to be doing damage. So I don't actually, on this account, I don't do like a lot of stuff. So I don't actually have much Clash of Wills equipment, but you can equip helmets anyways. And on top of that, at EX2, you don't even need the chain cap anymore anyways, which is pretty remarkable. So she has a lot of killers. I just wanted to show you guys how flexible she can be in terms of killers. Now, you'll never need this many, but just to show you how far she can go, 30% beast, 30% demon, 30% human, 30% dragon, 30% insect, on top of having more than enough LB damage, of course, so you don't have to worry about that. But pretty good. 50% evasion as well, not 100%, but at least you'll not get half the time. Not how that works, but it's just easier to say that. And of course, her weapon, you need to get this weapon. It's worth it. It goes to +1, but 220 attack on a free weapon. Plus, you get a little bit of killers, and then 750 flat attack for her. So, pretty good. Her S-Teamer is very valuable. Her Teamer also gives her 250 flat, so you kind of have to have that on there as well. Unless you just want to give that up, but I don't think that's worth it. I think it's 250 flat attack, plus you get 50% TDH. So, she doesn't need any TDH once you level up her one of her abilities, and then you have her TMR on. That's 400 flat or 400% TDH, so you don't need TDH. So she's like all set. I have Rain's Vision card on her for even more stats, and she's under Rain's leader skill. In Clash of Wills, you probably use a better leader skill than Rain's. Rain's is pretty good, but in Clash of Wills, I think there's better. I don't have the better to show you, but I'm sure she can get to like 15k attack under a like ridiculously high leader skill anyways. So pretty good. And then for her burst potential, of course, she has 3 turns of burst, technically 4 turns of burst, or 4 potential turns of burst, not repeatedly, but 4 potential turns of burst if you have someone or a card that gives her 100% amp for the 1 turn. So her 3 turns of burst without that is going to be the 180% amp, which I think is this. No, that's the 150. There's 180% amp in there somewhere. It might not even show up if you're not in Clash of Wills. I don't think it shows up unless you're in Clash of Wills, because I don't see it. It's somewhere in here. It's trust me. She has 180% amp in Clash of Wills, and then you get the 150% with one I just showed you, and then she has a 60%. This one here. So this will be if you do have the 100% amp for 1 turn, you would use that, and then this would be the last burst turn. This probably you would use casually to do damage, and then you'd want 180% to do the cap turn for sure. Do not waste the 180% amp for sure. That is hugely valuable. Like 180% is so insane to have. Even though it's only useful in 1 mode, it's very powerful. So don't waste it. Do not waste it. Make sure to use it on turn you for sure are going to be able to cap. So that's really it. She's a very powerful chainer, maybe one of the best in the game currently. And then her chaining is 30 hits, so she can chain with almost anyone in Clash of Wolves. Unfortunately, Rain not, but you can still mix it in. Like you would be able to mix it in. It would probably take some practice, but you can mix in Rain's chaining if you're using Rain. It's 24 hits, which is unfortunate, but I think most people can just work it out. If you want to chain both Rain and Brea together, you could probably work it out. Have her go first a little bit, or have him go first a little bit. It's either or. I don't know. I can't remember how the differences between times for them. In fact, why don't we just do it on video? I'm just gonna do it. Just do it on video. Let's just try it. I remember my game used to crash when I tried to do this back in the day. Thankfully, it doesn't do that anymore. So we'll just go ahead and do this. And then let's see what happens. We're gonna do 2 times. We're gonna try and do it with Rain first, because you know there could be like some delays or something. But and then this. So it doesn't really work that well if Rain goes first. Maybe she has to go first, because I noticed there was a delay in Brea there. So maybe try the other way around. I know I'm being highly educational here, guys. This is a highly educational video. Seeing if Rain and Brea can chain together. Well, I'm sure that you can still make it work, but let's try Brea first. Oh, we gotta do this first. Okay, so it kind of, maybe, I don't know. There is a delay. You saw there's like some kind of thing going around her. There is quite a bit of delay. You'd have to like practice that. I feel like you'd have to practice that pretty well. And eventually it'll work. I miss the chaining website, the one where you could do a macro and it would set up the chain perfectly. I miss that website. It doesn't work anymore for me. At least for me, it doesn't work. There's probably someone out there who's still using it to this day and somehow it works for them, but it doesn't work for me. Somehow. Okay, so there's like a 0.5 second delay. So like, yeah, I still messed up. This would take some practice, but I think you'd be able to chain mostly. And actually, I think we did better when Rain went first somehow, even though there's a delay on Brea. I don't know how that works. Okay, now we're just gonna try them both again at the same time, like this. Meh, not really that amazing. So I mean, you could probably mix in another chain. Like you could do like someone else with them, and then it would like mix together. Be kind of weird, but you could mix all 3. Like if you have 3 DPS, you could just chain all 3 together, and then somehow it would just work. You could do 2 extreme warframes and then have Rain go in there, and then it would all mix together if it doesn't break. So you could probably do that. This is just a random example, but Brea is very good. I wouldn't be surprised, because I haven't looked at any spreadsheets, and I normally don't anymore, because I can just see based on the numbers. Like the numbers are very high for her, plus 180% amp inside of Clash Wolves. Outside of Clash Wolves, she sells 150% amp, which is decent enough, of course. So she'd still be pretty powerful there. Not obviously not the top tier outside of Clash Wolves, but in Clash Wolves, I feel like she's probably the number 1 and number 2, number 3 spot. Like it's so easy to even say that, because 180% amp is ridiculous. All right, so if she's under like a 900% Leo skill in her Brave Shift form, she probably has like insane attack. Because 900%, even under 750 is ridiculously high. Like 900%, because what categories is she under? She does have CW Fire, so she'd be under Roka's Leader skill. That's one that's coming up. So like that's just ridiculous to have that much attack. So yeah, that's it. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you didn't pull for Brea yet, and this convinced you, I guess I convinced you, but yeah, I think she's definitely very good. I'm glad I pulled for her, but I wish this was on my account that I actually play on more often. But yeah, that's it. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys built for your Brea, especially on her base form. I want to know what you guys think about what you would do for her base form. I just feel like it's just better to put the setup turns, like the turtle turns is what I like to call them. And then you don't have to build her this way. This was just This was all just here to show you that she can be very flexible in terms of like 3-race killers is not even a problem. Like if the boss has 3 races, it's literally no issue. She can gear for anything. This was just an example, of course. So, all right, see you in the next video. Peace.